Damn. Hey guys, welcome back to the Experts Game podcast. My name is Matt Russell. I'm your host, and today we have a very special guest with us. Her name is Leah Livingston. She has a small farm in North Carolina and also is a soap manufacturer. So welcome to the broadcast, Leah.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Well, we are too. Why don't you just start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Well, my name is Leah, and I'm married. I have two children. I have a 19-year-old and a 7-year-old, so we stay really busy on the farm. But one of the, reasons that, we've had this farm for probably about 8 or 9 years. And in 2016, we had a daughter. And we named her Amelia Alice, but she wasn't able to stay with us. She had a genetic condition called trisomy 18. And so she was actually stillborn. And at the time that she was born, obviously the huge tragedy that was, it was a very difficult time. But we'd been trying to figure out what we wanted to name our farm. And, everybody names their farm like family farm, with their last name and stuff. And I wanted something kind of unique and different. And so we named her Amelia Alice, and we decided to actually name the farm after her. And so we called the farm Amelia Acres. And so in 2016, we started referring to our property as Amelia Acres. It wasn't until, probably a year or so later, I tried to started milking goats and making cheese and soap and things like that. And we decided that the soap was actually something that I really enjoyed doing and that I wanted to pursue more. And so last year, I ramped up everything, and we got all of our ducks in a row and opened up the business officially. So this month makes exactly 1 year we've been in business as Amelia Acres.
Oh, well, fantastic. Congratulations on the anniversary. It sounds like it's very heartfelt and you're very passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
I know there's many reasons for that. So tell us what the big reason why you chose soap and goats. What made you choose that?
Well, actually, the farm was never really my dream initially. When my husband and I met 11 years ago, he always said he wanted to have a farm. And I was a city girl and didn't really know that many people who had farms. And it's amazing to me how many people actually have, small homesteads or have chickens and things like that. He wanted chickens and turkeys, and goats were never in the picture at the time. But then probably about, I'd say maybe 6-7 years ago, he came home with, we'd had chickens and turkeys, we'd had rabbits and guineas and pigs, and we had a cow at one point in time. And so he came home with this little bottle-fed baby goat, and it was a little La Mancha, and I literally fell in love. And it was from that point on we decided we wanted to have goats. And so we've been raising them ever since.
Okay, now you don't just make soap, you do a few other things with the goats too. Sometimes I guess you sell the goats as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we actually just sold 5 babies this past weekend, believe it or not. We had 9 babies born, so now we're down to 4. We're actually only going to keep 1 from this year's breeding because, you can't keep everybody. I think we had 24 goats. That's just too many mouths to feed. So we have to make tough decisions and have to sell some. So we do sell some goats. And then, I like to dabble around with some cheese. My husband likes to make cheese, so we make cheese and save that for ourselves. And I actually later this afternoon, I'm planning to try my hand at some of the caramel, some of the cayeta, which is the goat milk caramel. So I'm really excited about that. And then we make soaps and lotions. And hopefully down the pipe, we might have some more products coming out. So it's a matter of doing some research and kind of taking it one product at a time. But right now we have the soaps and the lotions that are made with the goat milk.
Okay, so right now you sell soaps and lotions on your website, and people can, I'll give the link at the bottom of this broadcast so people can visit you that way. But tell us a little bit about the soaps and what you do with that.
Well, for probably about 6 or 8 years before I started doing soaps, I was decorating cakes. And I love the intricate nature of decorating cakes. I love the decorating, and I wasn't much of the baker, so most people either got chocolate or vanilla because I didn't do all the fun flavors. But I did very intricate tiered cakes for birthdays and weddings and anniversaries and things like that, and really loved it, but just kind of got a little burnout. And in the background, I was making some soap on occasion. And I noticed all of my soaps were very bland colored. And I thought there's got to be a way to make some fun, colorful goat milk soaps. And so that's when I started doing some research and looking and realized that I could make some fun soaps that people would enjoy using, not only for the skin benefits of goat milk soap, but because they're fun too. And they smell good and they feel good and they look good. And so that's where kind of the soap business was kind of born out of that culmination of both the goats and wanting to do something with the soaps, and then also still enjoying the whole intricateness of decorating cakes. So.
Oh, wow. That sounds exciting. It sounds like you're doing a lot of really fun things, and sometimes your day may involve, working out new products and things like that. But what would you say would be your typical work day?
Well, every day begins with getting up in the morning and milking the girls, and then feeding babies. Right now we have babies on bottle, so we'll probably be doing that in at least another 4 or 5 more weeks on bottle fed babies. And then I'll continue milking probably at least through the fall into the winter. So twice a day, every day, at least through the summer, I'll be milking, and then we'll drop that down to probably once a day come this fall. But every day consists of getting up, milking, feeding babies, and then starting and then start our day. So and every day is different. Like one day I might be making a lot of soap. Another day I might be just prepping the soap. Some days I'm planning what I want to do with it. And then there are days that are just administrative days where I feel like I'm on the computer all day long because I'm sending out emails, or I'm scheduling a Facebook post or Instagram post, or I'm working on taxes or whatever administrative stuff has to be done for the business. So it varies every day, but there's always something to do for the business every single day.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that 100%. There's always something else to do. And I think that's what makes a lot of us successful, in the fact that we're constantly doing things over and over. What do you think one major thing is that has made you successful in this business?
I think implementing my personality into, my soaps and everything, and just having that passion for it, because I really do love it. And I love the people that I've met and the stories that I've heard. And I think that really makes a difference, because I'm the kind of person that I love to hear and help other people. And so I hear what other people have to say about the products, and then be able to help them to, maybe make things better in their life. Because, a lot of us are so stressed, and we work from, literally, I think I'm up from sun up to sundown doing either business stuff or farm stuff. And because I'm not working outside of the home now, but I've been there, done that. And, it's hard doing everything that you have to do every day. And I think that if I can give people just that little glimpse of a little bit of relax or just something to enjoy, I think that really helps, and that really motivates me to keep going.
Oh, fantastic. I definitely love that answer, because it sounds like you are, you're focusing, number one, on your customer,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to help them with not only, providing them with good quality products, good quality soaps and lotions, but you're also thinking about their happiness, their well-being. And I think most entrepreneurs, if we can put that first, then maybe the income, the success, whatever comes with our business, it will come. It will be there as long as we put our customers first.
Right. And I think that emotional connection with your customers is really important too, because, a lot of times your customers become your loyal customers because they have an emotional connection to you and the product.
Yeah, I saw a video by Gary Vaynerchuk a few years ago, and he said that he spent 15 minutes making videos, but then 8 hours answering questions on them or promoting that video. So it's all about
Right.
that relationship that we build with our customers. So fantastic, great answers to that. Lots of good information. Let me ask you a tough one now.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to start all over, if everything fell apart today, which
Mm-hmm.
hopefully it won't, but if it did, how would you start over tomorrow so that in 30 days, 90 days from now, you would be just as successful as you are today?
I think the biggest part is knowing who your target market is and who you want to sell to. That's been a very difficult thing because initially I just wanted to sell to everybody. Everybody wants my soap. Everybody wants my lotion. But I think it's really important that you hone in and know who your target market is. And I think as long as I know who my target market is, I can make those products for what I can make products for what they want and what they need in their lives. And I think that's what's most important as a business owner is you have to take your customers into consideration and really know what it is that they're looking for. A lot of my products have changed because last year I had probably 40 different soap fragrances. And I realized that not everybody wanted all of those. And so I've narrowed it down to like the top 15 that people really like. And I find that that is what is selling. That's what people want. And so that's what I continue to make. And so I think if I had to start over again, it would be a matter of figuring out what is it that my customer base needs and what can I give them.
Okay, fantastic. I think what you said in that was that you can't please everybody. You can't make things for the masses. In your situation, it would be soaps and lotions. But once you started concentrating down on a smaller amount, maybe 15 or so, then maybe your sales went up and your focus became a little greater. And
Mm-hmm.
that relationship that you were building with the customers based on what they needed was actually growing as well.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fantastic. Okay. I've got a couple more questions.
Okay.
And this one's going to be a fun one. Name something or tell me something that most people don't know about you. So we see all your stuff online. We see the products that you have to offer. What's something behind the scenes that you want to share with the audience today that people don't know about you?
I think I'm literally obsessed with power tools. I know that sounds really crazy because I personally, I have a miter saw, a jigsaw, a table saw, and all of these things. And so I've been going through renovating my house, but I also like to build things. And so I like to build cabinets and shelving. I've built the display stands for my soaps at different places. I love doing stuff like that. And then not only just building it, but making it look good. And so, so I enjoy renovation projects. I enjoy things like that, building things. I built the pins that our goats kid in the building. I built those, and so I'm always, even outside in the garden, I'm building garden beds. I mean, so I'm always building something. So I realize that's definitely something that I don't think everybody knows about me. But I'm literally obsessed. And I saw a table saw the other day at the store and I was like, I need that. Like, that one's better than the one I have. I need another one. So,
That is so
I don't know how many women are into those.
that is so funny, but that also is a huge part of your business because that's kind of a backstory that a lot of people I think would maybe resonate with or connect with, and that's something that maybe you should share with your audience. You could have a new line called "Built by Leah."
I've actually thought about building our own, I mean, not building, but making our own soap savers. Right now, we resell the soap savers because I just wasn't really sure how to make them. But some wooden soap savers, I want to figure out how to make them. And that way we can make them ourselves and sell them that way. And then also, I mean, even my soap drying rack is something that I made. So, yeah.
Wow, that is fantastic. That's kind of interesting. I personally grew up on a farm myself and used to make a lot of stuff. I mean, if we needed something, we made it. That was one of the benefits there, and I really enjoy woodworking and working with tools as well. So I
Well,
guess
there's
that's
always some scrap wood sitting around.
yeah, that's one of the
Here in the
things we
yard,
have in
there's
common.
always something to repurpose.
Fantastic. Okay, I've got one more question.
All right.
You've been very helpful today, and I know our audience is just going to love this conversation. If you had just a tip or a few tips for aspiring entrepreneurs, maybe somebody who wants to go into the soap industry, or maybe somebody who wants to go into farming, what are some tips that you could leave us with today?
Well, I think that no matter what, I think you should go with your heart. I think you should go with something that you're passionate about, that you enjoy, because there are hard days, whether it be farming or business. Either way, there are hard days and there's things you don't want to do or you don't want to have to do, and you've got to get through those anyways. And so I think that having that passion and that drive for what you love helps you to get through those tough days. On the farm, I heard a really good quote from a friend of mine, and she said that her dad always told her that when you have, uh, you know, livestock, you can either, well, actually, it was somebody that I was watching, and she said that her dad had told her that if she could either choose to love with all of her heart, or she could choose to um, be cold natured towards the animals, because when you have a farm, you have loss too, and that's tough. That's really tough. And so I've been through not only the heartbreak of losing our daughter, but we've lost animals along the way that we've absolutely loved and adored. But I've chosen to love this farm and to love our animals with all of my heart. And then, you know, I'd have no regrets at the end of the day, if something was to happen on the farm. So I think that you have to have that passion and that love, not only for the farm, but for your business too. And so even with my business, I feel like I love what I do. I enjoy what I do. And I think that makes a huge difference. And so I think that for anybody getting started, just hone in on that desire and that passion.
Yeah, I agree. I think passion is the number one um, requirement for a lot of businesses today. As you know, I've worked with thousands of business owners over the last good many years, and if they don't have passion in their business, I just know it's not going to work. So that is the number one thing that I think you have to have. And wow, I appreciate all of this. Thank you so much for the information today.
Yeah.
I think our audience is, if you're listening to this today, this is something that you can do as well. You've been doing this for 5 or 10 years. It's relatively a short amount of time,
Mhm.
and you can make your dreams come true. So, Leah, thank you so much for the time you spent with us today.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you for having me.
yeah, we definitely appreciate it. I'm gonna drop your information in the comments below,
Okay.
so anybody watching this, they can find your website, which is ameliaacres.com.
Mhm.
Um, they can purchase items from you. They can communicate with you and read about your story and things like that. So thank you guys so much for being here today. Just make sure you follow this channel, and we'll be bringing you more information just like this. So I definitely do appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much, Leah. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.